Hey guys, Floris here, coming at you with another one of my VGC laddering sessions. Now, if you guys actually know of any better names I could use than VGC laddering sessions, please feel free to post them in the comments. Otherwise, I will continue with just going with the VGC laddering sessions. But we'll be continuing with that team that I built in that team builder video I posted not too long ago. We won all of our games in the last episode and the one previous to that, so we'll see if we can get a hat trick, I guess, and continue with the 3-0s. So we'll get into a game, and Clefable is an interesting choice. Probably a Moonlight, Follow Me, I would presume, or Carmine, also something to consider. Looks like it could really use that sun weather. Okay, so the sound matchup's okay, but as I highlighted when I was building the team in Trick Room, it might be an issue. So I've got to think about what I'm going to lead here very carefully. I do think I want to lead Arcanine though, but the question is, what do I want to lead it with? Kind of want to go with Araquanid, I think, because that threatens his set Trick Room setter, and it also can substitute if you brought like a Lilligant lead or something and you can only sleep one of them. Who would I have in the back then? I hesitantly say I guess nothing really beats Tapu Bulu but the Torkoal. So if I bring lots of hard answers to Torkoal, I kind of want Magnezone as well, but I mean, the Steel type's really nice for hitting them, but I don't know if it's good for. Well, I mean, Aerodactyl, I don't really want to bring it against Hard Trick Room, or potentially Hard Trick Room. Salamence has got the Z move. Salamence or Magnezone? I feel like. I guess Salamence improves my Drone-Part matchup, which is kind of weak at the moment, so considering that, I'll bring Salamence. Okay, so he brings Lilligant, Torkoal. Okay, so we know he's not 100% hard trick him. He did bring his faster mode. So I'm going to Snarl, and I'm going to substitute here. If he sleeps the Arcanine, good for him. If he sleeps the Araquanid, well, I'm getting the Snarl off. So, okay. That's alright, because I burn a Sleep Turn here too. The Eruptions does decent damage, wow. Probably should have realised Eruption would break my substitute, but I didn't think of that. I didn't actually know it still would. So, Torkoal, that might be Choice Specs Torkoal, actually. I do think that might be Choice Specs, because it shouldn't be doing that much. Not at -1. That's essentially the sun gone. So, that means he could just sleep again. I can't do anything to stop it. So I'm going to protect the Araquanid, and I'm going to Liquidation. I don't think he can threaten the Araquanid too much here. Yeah. While I don't wake up, but it is... While I am taking damage, I am buying myself another sleep turn. I'm going to Heat Wave here, and I'm going to Liquidation the Torkoal. I really need to wake up here, or I need a Sleep Powder miss. Either would be really fantastic for me. He switches out though. Very interesting decision. He does hit his Sleep Powder, and I stay asleep. That does stink. That stinks a lot. Okay. Araquanid took full turns to sleep. Okay. So Araquanid is guaranteed to wake up here. So that's good to know. I'm going to Heat Wave. I'm going to swap in Tapu Bulu. Gonna get rid of his Psychic Terrain. He Leaf Storms. I get the Citrus Berry recovery, but... Oh, I wake up. That's big. That's really big. And he Psyshocks. Interesting. So he's got Psyshock over Psychic. So that actually would make a lot of sense because his team is all special attackers actually now when I look at it. So Psyshock makes a lot of sense. because Snarl, as I was saying with this Arcanine, would really give him issues, and he probably should have doubled into the Arcanine, I guess, but I guess he wasn't expecting it to wake up. But when you're using sleep, you've got to play for those sleep turns. He got pretty fortunate with the free sleep turns in Araquanid. So that one sleep turn in Arcanine, while was lucky for me, it's definitely not out of the question for it to happen. We have seen Arcanines faster, so I'm going to Snarl here, and I'm going to Horn Leech this Orongu. Because that should mean Arcanine hangs around for a turn, unless his Z-move. Oh, that didn't do as much as I thought it would. And we recover a lot of that back. He does Trick Room. Okay, so he's probably going to want to bring in Torkoal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Snarl, and I think I'm going to Rock Slide. Because I can swap in Salamence or Araquanid the following turn. And he can't instruct his Tapu Lele right now, unless he's got a super fast Orongu, I guess, and a really slow Tapu Lele. Because it's used the Z move. So if he tries to instruct the Tapu Lele, it's going to fail. So right now, this Orongu can only Psychic and doesn't get the Psychic Terrain boost, unfortunately for him. And if it is Choice Specs Torkoal, as I am suspicious of, I do think he's in a bad position because he doesn't want to swap his Torkoal into a Snarl from the Arcanine. So he's in a pretty bad spot. Both his Pokemon are at -1 special attack. So maybe something for him to consider is to have an answer for Snarl Pokemon. And Carmine as well. That's when you don't want a team composition of 6 special or 6 physical attackers because it leaves you too weak to certain abilities like Intimidate, Will-O-Wisp, Burn, or you're weak to Snarl and Calm Mind setup, stuff like that. So I get the Rock Slide. That's what I was trying to hit, that Torkoal. As we can see, does it knock out the Orongu? It doesn't, but that's pretty close. And that Torkoal is not going to be doing too much damage with its eruptions now. Its Heat Wave would probably do a decent amount of damage. So I'm going to protect Arcanine. I'm going to swap in Araquanid. Because I know Araquanid can wake up like this turn. I'm just trying to stall out his Trick Room right now. Yeah, Heat Wave's not doing that much. He's instructing. Yep. That's fair enough. Oof. With Grassy Terrain though, and 1 Protect, Araquanid will live that though. Snarl's got a higher accuracy in the Heat Wave, but Heat Wave might pick up a double knockout. It depends how especially defensive this Torkoal is. So I'm going to Heat Wave and I'm going to Protect Araquanid. Yeah, actually Arcanine will live. That's nice. And do I hit my Heat Wave? I do. Doesn't knock out his Torkoal. I thought it'd do a little bit more than 20%, but it is resisted, I guess. I was just thinking that sun damage might be nice. Okay, and I believe we confirmed Arcanine was faster than Tapu Lele out of Trick Room. But I just want to double check those. Yeah, there we go. So we can confirm there the speeds. So I'm going to protect my Arcanine, and I'm going to bring in Salamence. I don't want to bring in Tapu Bulu, because I do want to get rid of his Psychic Terrain, but I don't want to lose my Tapu Bulu. Whereas I don't mind losing Salamence. It burns. Yep, that's fair enough. Wow, Psyshock picks up the knockout there. I suppose it is a strong Psyshock from a Psychic Terrain. But now that Trick Room's ended, Tapu Bulu gets that free switch in. And I'm going to Snarl, and I'm going to Horn Leech that Torkoal. As long as I connect with my Snarl, that should be a double knockout there. Not a double knockout, sorry, but a knockout into the Torkoal. And we'll see. If the Torkoal doesn't protect here, I'm basically certain it was Choice Specs. And we hit both Snarls, that's really useful. Psyshock's the Arcanine, fair enough. That should be Horn Leech range, yeah. That's what I thought it would be. Okay, and so we're healing off, and he forfeits. Unfortunate for him, but we are getting close to that 1500 mark. Something I think we'd all like if I was able to hit. And then we'd probably be looking to hit the 1600s and beyond if we can get to that. But small steps, one at a time. And so we'll get into another game. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long to get into it. But I do like this team so far. The substitute hasn't come into play too much, but I think the leftovers and Araconid is really showing its work. And, oh, this is an interesting team matchup. A Murkrow and a Serena, I believe it's how you pronounce it. It's the grass Pokemon. Not sure what it does. I might get Teeter Dance. So I guess you could have like own tempo shenanigans. Oh, the Metagross and stuff. It was made me thinking Self Swagger potentially, like lead the Murkrow and the Finny and then swap a Metagross and get attack boost, something like that. I think I definitely want to lead Arcanine, and I want something to thread in that Finny. Tapu Bulu accomplishes that. And other choice is Magnezone, but Magnezone would be undersped. So I think I will go Bulu. Don't particularly like the Arcanine matchup there, so I think I'm going to bring Salamence because its Draco hits really good on everything, and what Draco doesn't hit, it has like Flamethrower for the Metagross. Can't touch the Finny, so I should keep that in mind with my last pick, and it's between Magnezone or Araquanid. I am kind of weak to this Arcanine. Magnezone would only stack that. Araquanid, while it hasn't got an amazing Finny matchup, Liquidation's okay. And with the leftovers, it depends on the set for the Finny. But okay, so we see the Murkrow Metagross. Interesting. So do you have to keep in mind Murkrow gets access to Quash. And it could be like a Z-move Metagross, and it could knock out the Arcanine, something like that. So I think I'm going to Heat Wave, and I'm going to swap the Billy for Araquanid. I'm really hoping he doesn't quash the Arcanine and go for a Z-move. Nope. Okay, so his Tailwinds? Yeah, in Tailwinds. Wow, that Murkrow actually took that Heat Wave pretty well. It also gets access to Roost and Feather Dance. So that is things to consider. As much as while I would like to Will-O-Wisp, a Finny switch is something to keep in mind. So I'm going to Heat Wave. And I think I'm going to Liquidation. They won't probably knock out the Murkrow. Maybe. It depends. Because it could be very specially bulky, this Murkrow. My Heat Wave, it's much less stronger than a Liquidation and it's spread. So we assume the Heat Wave's hitting for like 70 base power. That special attack. So Liquidation's hitting for a little bit under double that, with its like just for the stab and yeah, because I'm factoring in spread. Oh no, I'm not. Ignore what I'm saying. I'm assuming that double into the Murkrow probably does knock it out, so we're gonna go with that. Sand Headbutt misses. That's very unfortunate. Near Snarl. Interesting. Murkrow. I mean, that Sand Headbutt miss really stinks for him. Well, get the burn. Probably not the one I wanted to burn, but yeah, Liquidation does pick up knockout. I thought the Murkrow might be very specially defensive, like it's been trained in a lot of special defense and HP, but the Zen Headbutt miss does stink for him quite a lot actually. I do have to consider he has got Tailwind, but I don't want this type of Finny, if it's got Calm Mind, to just set up, because that would not be nice. So I'm going to swap Arcanine for the Tapu Bulu, and I'm going to Liquidation the Metagross. I want to try and remove everything around the Finny. Okay, so Earthquakes. Very interesting. I didn't realize there's Life Orb Metagross, but he does Calm Mind, so that's why I didn't want to protect there. We pick up the knockout on the Metagross, so we see what he's got in the back. But Arcanine is free to come in and Will-O-Wisp now at a certain point. So he's got his Arcanine. Interesting. So he's got one turn left of Tailwind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Salamence and I'm going to Liquidation his Arcanine. If he's Wild Charge, like Life Orb or something, Arcanine... Oh, he is Wild Charge, but that's why I Intimidated. The double doesn't pick it up, and we get the knockout back. That's important. The Arachnid, I probably should have protected then. Nice person saying good game. But I definitely don't think it's a good game yet. Because I haven't got great ways of actually hitting this Finnu. But I want a free switch in the Tapu Bulu. I shouldn't be able to lose if that happens. So we're going to Flamethrower and we're going to Liquidation here. Yeah, that Flamethrower does nothing. But there is the chance of burn. He Moonblasts the Salamence. Interesting. Salamence can't actually touch it. Because now I get that free switch into the Tapu Bulu. And that's good. Because that's what we're after. We get that Horn Leech. With that Assault Vest, I don't think he's going to be breaking through at any turn. He does protect, so I guess I could have substituted with Araquanid there, but I didn't really feel the need that much. Just because if the Horn Leech for some reason doesn't KO, and he maybe crits the Bulu, maybe the sub could help, but I've only got one turn left to Grassy Terrain as well. So we're going to double into Finnu. Ooh, he does critical hit, but it's a free KO. And we return with a crit. And Tapu Bulu restores all that. So there we go. We've hit the 1500 mark. Fantastic. So this team is actually doing really darn well. It's undefeated so far. We'll get into the third game, but I'm very, very happy with how it's been going so far. And this team looks pretty threatening, I do say. Katana and the Mark looks scary. Finnu as well. Like, lots of big scary threats for pretty much everything on my team. Katana is always scary to play. Even if you've got like stuff like Salamence and Arcanine. Because he has the Mimikyu, he has the Mark, the Garchomp, the Finnu, like... Lots of ways of beating my Salamence. Arcanine, it's really only in his Garchomp and his Finny that threaten you. So I'm definitely bringing Arcanine. That's not a question. He's got it. It's not weak to Arcanine, but I feel like Arcanine can do a lot of work. And who else do we want? I definitely either want Bulu or Magnezone. And I don't think I want... I need stuff for this muck as well. Maybe... I guess Araquanid's pretty damn good in this matchup, actually. So I'm going to lead Araquanid, I think, with Bulu, Salamence in the back. Salamence just gives me a good, strong offensive options against the majority of his team. So he leads Mimikyu and Finnu. Interesting. I'm going to swap Arcanine for the Bulu. I think I'm going to... Oh, I bet this is Carmine Tapu Finnu. So I'm going to Liquidation this Mimikyu. He only has one water switch in the back, and that's his Katana. He player ups. Huh. And he Muddy Waters, and that did pitiful damage. But he gets the accuracy drop, but we do hit our move. So that is nice. If it's Will-O-Wisp Mimikyu, that would be really annoying. But because I don't know. The play rough, I don't know. It might be Will-O-Wisp, but I guess the Horn Leech still doing a lot to Tapu Finnu, and I'm gonna. I don't really want to risk the miss, do I? But I haven't got anything that can switch into the double target of Play Rough and Muddy Water. So I'm going to just go for the attack anyway. Okay, so he brings in Muck. He's got Z-Move. That did nothing. And the Muck takes a good chunk from the Horn Leech still. And we pick up a knockout. Wow. That poor Mimikyu. That Intimidate really showed its work against him. So he's got Garchomp. So we confirmed his team now. So Salamence looks pretty strong. He's got both his Bulu checks on the field right now. So I'm bringing in Salamence. And I think I'm going to protect Araquanid because he's burnt his Z-move. So I want to get that passive recovery if possible. Just try and stall out as much as I can. So he Dragon Claws. And what does he do? Knock off? No, he Poison Jabs. Yeah, Poison Jabs is a safe option there. And we also confirmed he has got Dragon Claw. So I'm going to protect the Salamence. I'm going to swap in Arcanine, I think, here. Well, he's probably going to knock off the Araquanid. But that's okay. I don't need my Citrus Berry too much. And then I can start Snarling or Heat Waving, Will-O-Wisping, but he has got the Finnu in the back, so... Like, the Araquanid looks really good as long as I can remove this muck. And he swaps out his Garchomp, very interesting. Yeah, he does knock off, that's okay. I'm going to Devastating Drake this muck, because unless it's Choice Scarf Tapu Fini, which I don't think it was, we didn't see it go first, no. This Draco Meteor, or Devastating Drake, sorry, should be even... I might not knock out the muck, but it would be pretty close. And my Arcanine probably does outspeed, so I'm going to Snarl. Snarl might mean Arcanine lives the muddy water, because it didn't do much, so I think I'm going to Snarl. It does minimal damage to the muck. Oh, wow. Wow, that Devastating Drake did nothing to that muck. That muck must have a lot of special defense, and it Dazzling Gleams. Ouch. What does he do here? Poison Jab? No poison, no, so that's good, but wow. Wow, I did nothing. I don't know if my Araquanid would outspeed this muck. What's muck's base speed? Let's have a look. Should probably go muck alone and just spell something resembling it. So it is base 50. What's Araquanids? I should probably look at what it says. There we go. 42. I'm not sure if I've EV'd to Speed Creep it or not. I don't have many other options though. I'm gonna really... I guess it is -2. So I'm gonna... How much did his... Oh yeah, he doesn't Gleam, that's right. So I'm gonna Liquidation and I can... I can't burn, so I'm gonna Heat Wave. This position got really bad fast. I just, wasn't expecting the muck to take 40% from my Devastating Drake. Ooh, and he switches to, ouch. Oh, the critical hit on the Araquanid. Oh, that sucks so much. Wow, that sucks. I'm not happy with that. That really stinks. Because it definitely mattered. He was at -1 special attack. That was not KOing. Okay. That's probably just the side of the game there, that critical hit. But we can still play this out. I'm going to Horn Leech the Finnu in case maybe he doesn't switch. And I'm going to... How much was the muck on? The muck has still got a lot of HP, I believe. So I'm going to Horn Leech the Finnu, and I think I'm going to Will-O-Wisp it just in case he swaps the muck. I'm going to have to hope. Like, I don't think Arcanine's going to live. Wow, that is a very slow Garchomp. It misses the wrong Pokemon too on that, but... Horn Leech... Do I have to hope for a Rock Slide flinch here? I can't afford a superpower, but I don't think this Garchomp has Poison Jab. While that would be superpower range, that probably means the Garchomp could really knock me out. But if I get a Rock Slide flinch, that might put it into rain. Oh, he does have Poison Jab. Oh, that's... Wow. What is it, a Self-Vest Chump then? I do get the flinch, but it doesn't matter at that point. Oh, what a frustrating game. That's the game we play though. But, this swaps into Finnu. But like, when he pulls out the Poison Jab, I didn't have a win condition anymore. So, there we go. We lose our 1500 mark. We lose our nice winning streak. But, that's how it is. First few turns were good, but really his Muck was just MVP for sure. Definitely a strong pick, Muck is. That Fireberry. It's very difficult for the team to muscle through, so that is something to consider. Muck with strong water types could be an issue for the team. So, something to think about, I guess. But that's the end of today's session. So I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Alright, see ya.